to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Mia.
And I am Christy, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next, we'll see. We're probably going to keep it
under 5 minutes.
We're going to keep it under an hour.
Yes.
Okay, so the last episode, we talked about winter soul and just how the seasons can just
take a toll.
It can take a toll
on the soul.
And for those of you who do, I don't like to say suffer from seasonal depression, but for those of you who do have a shift of emotions or even energy with the seasons, I hope you found the season helpful and useful, even like finding things to do to stay active, to stay engaged, to keep moving, instead of hibernating. But, sometimes you just got to listen to your body and do what it's going to do. Mm-hmm. But we hope you all enjoyed the lesson. What are we talking about today, Mia?
Today, we're talking about how your vibration is your own responsibility. How to raise or expand your vibration depending on how you look at it. But really just talking about owning it. Taking accountability for your own behavior, your own thoughts, your own energy, and whatever it is that you are emitting out into the world.
Okay, we need to say that again. Your vibration, your own vibration is your responsibility. That's huge, because I think a lot of times we're like, well, so-and-so made me.
Oh, absolutely.
Or I was in a good mood until...
Oh, all the time. We let situations and people... We allow situations and people to affect how we feel. Mm-hmm. Now, when you think about it, it's like, oh, somebody did something, they pissed me off. But you guys, that's because we are actually not allowing ourselves to stand in the power, in the realness, in the truth that we have total control over how we perceive, what we perceive, and more importantly, our response. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously.
No, that's
so
true.
When you say someone pissed me off, that means basically you allowed someone and
gave them the power.
Gave Christy
the authority.
That part. You gave them the power to affect how it is that you were going to see the world and respond to the world. Yeah, we we're just out here giving this power away willy-nilly, freely. We're not even charging. Like, I'm giving you control over how I feel.
Okay.
When you say that, doesn't it sound stupid? Like, wait,
You made me.
Yes.
You made me.
No, I allowed.
Right.
I accept it.
Let's say it. Let's be honest with ourselves.
That's hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we like to play the blame game. Well, so and so did this, so I reacted, or they made me upset. No, you allowed
yourself.
them.
No, you allow yourself to give them that power. Like, right. You gave them the power, Christy. Now listen. Now let's be real with it. I think, in theory, it all makes sense, but we know full well that in practice, the discipline that it takes to shift your mindset and your thinking, and allow yourself to become aware of the fact that I own my own vibration, I own my own energy. It's difficult because it's new.
Right, all of it.
And we're so used to being reactive. Mm-hmm. And if you think about how many of us walk around life being reactive, how proactive are we in our lives? And when I think being proactive, sidebar, is one of the tenets of being able to manifest.
Ooh, say that again.
Being proactive is a tenet of manifestation. So, think about it, because you're being proactive in something.
Right.
You can't create from you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say you can't create, excuse me, I misspoke. What I mean is, when you are creating something new for your life, the opportunity to be proactive takes a much bigger lead in making that energy manifest in the matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, because when we give up that power, I mean, think about it. Anything could happen. I could be having a good day, have black pants on, and my cat, River, would decide he wants to walk past me and rub his whole freaking body on my black pants.
Mm-hmm. He's gray.
And he's gray. Now, luckily, my cat's not that much of a shedder. However, though, if he gets hair on my clothes, I could totally be like, oh my God, this day is so fucked. My cat, but it's not. Because I'm not going to allow things to change what I'm making my day. I'm manifesting this day. I'm creating this day. And I'm creating it with this vibration. So anything that comes in that tries to disturb that vibration, we can do a couple of things. We can meet it where it's at. Mm-hmm. You know, people say, because I'll match your energy. I'm not matching your energy anymore. I ain't matching nothing.
I'm going above it.
I'm not even. I don't care about your. That's not my. That's not my. I'm doing what I'm doing. You can either match that, or you can do what it is that you need to do internally to balance it out. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh wait, hold on. That's trying to throw me off. Hold on, get my balance back. I'm good. Or you can ignore it. Like you literally have options. We automatically think if you get in a car accident, or somebody hit your car, or rear end you, you could literally make that moment resonate throughout your whole day.
Oh, absolutely.
But you can also make anything resonate throughout your whole day. It could be the great breakfast that you had. It could be that you got up and made love to your partner and let that resonate through your day. But you're going to let nosy Nunu in the office tick you off to the point where you have a bad day, and now you come carry that energy back to your home. You're like, we didn't do this shit, but you also have a choice in that. Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Christy? Sorry.
No, it's fine. So I was gonna say that once you get to a point where you know that you are giving someone, you are relinquishing your power.
Ooh. Once
you allow your emotions to be controlled by someone else. Once you know better, you do better. And I think that's one of the things. It's like, dang, like I know. I'm over here getting upset. Why am I allowing you to control my emotions? No, I'm the one that is able to keep my emotions in check. Mm-hmm. I am my own, no.
Well, Christy,
absolutely not.
So let's talk about that. When you know better, you do better. I honestly think that a lot of the pain that comes from some of the decisions that we make is when we become aware of better and we choose not to do better.
Yes.
And so we're hurt. Like, it's like, I know this is no longer true for me. I know that I need to let go of this programming, this thinking, this thought pattern. But because it's comfortable, because I know this so well, I'm going to continue to react in a way that I know it no longer serves me.
So can I say this?
That hurts you.
Can I say another thing? So there's also when you know better, but it kind of feels good to just go ahead and just...
Come on.
It's like, you know
wait a minute, but I honestly
can look at this anger for a little bit.
Yes.
No, it feels good. Like, I need to get this out.
Christy, I think that's a part of knowing better too.
Yeah.
Because we're honest with ourselves with where we are. We're not trying to trick ourselves. I honestly think that if people allow themselves to be honest with where they are and own their own feelings, even if that is anger, I believe it's different because you are dealing with it within yourself.
Oh, it's completely
different. That doesn't mean I have to take my anger out on you. It's like, I am angry.
Yeah.
Why am I angry? Let me get into this.
Right.
But when you start to feel like, no, now I need to put this on you, that's different. You need to feel all these skibbity paps.
Right, and it's like sometimes it's like, I know better, but you know what?
But you know what? Today,
I got time.
Baby,
you're about to get all these skibbity paps.
That's my favorite. I got time.
I had time today.
I had time. I decided, you know what? I want to see where this
Cancel
goes.
all my meetings.
Look, actual facts. And usually this sounds so funny, but honestly, when I do feel like, okay, I got time, I'm about to let's play this game. Come on, fuck it. It is out of pure curiosity. Like I just really want to see. Like I'm so fascinated. Like you really, let's do this, okay?
I want to see if I still have it.
I'm so. You gotta think about it. For me to be, I'm so interested in who you are as a person that I am willing to play this game right now because I'm so curious as to what that is. I got time today, okay? Because usually, I ignore something like, blah. But sometimes it's like, but I'm honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at you, social experimenting
right.
with people. Come on,
and that's important
this.
too. Like being completely honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've talked about this before, but also like keeping in mind or being more aware of what you're taking in. Like, what is your energy diet?
Yes.
What you take in,
come on now,
it will affect your energy. We talk about this all the time.
I mean, energy
it's just
is
like
everything.
Food. Right.
It's just
everything is energy.
Food, if you have a steady diet of
shit,
crap, if you're eating a lot of processed foods, you have to think that your mindset and the way that you are moving around the world in your everyday life is processed.
Right. Think about your friends.
Real talk.
Think about those friends that you know who eat crap. They don't take care of themselves. Think about their behaviors.
And they stay complaining about how they don't feel good.
Think about how they look. Think about how they may smell.
Like
think about all of those things.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Mia,
I'm better now.
Mia needs to go sit in the corner for a little bit.
I do.
But no, like think about their behavior. I mean, even just spiritually, like if everything.
Absolutely.
They say that food is our medicine. Like think about if we were to become what we ate, what would we look like? Like what would that look like for us? If everything we ate was the building blocks to who we are.
Wait. Ooh, Christy.
What?
You just made me think because honestly, that's such a great way of looking at this. I want to ask people, if you looked like what you said about yourself to yourself, if you were actually really what the thoughts that you have about yourself, what would you be in this world? I mean, some people, they'd be like, I would be great.
I would be a stone.
But you know what I mean? You know how we say things. We talk about this all the time. So just as you speak and create your life, you have an additional element that helps to create your life, and that's what you are feeding yourself. Mm-hmm. The things that you are making a choice to bring into your life,
and not
whether
just
that
like
be
eating.
Toxic people or toxic food.
Right.
So when you think about, because it all is connected to an energy, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm, you guys have heard me talk about this before. I'm that much a big news watcher because I recognize how I feel after I watch it. I feel hopeless. I feel like people are fucked up. I feel, and that's an option and a choice that I get to make from that. But when I'm watching something, I shouldn't say, but when I'm watching something that's all that it's feeding, that's what I'm feeding myself energetically. Even though I can sit up here and say, oh, that's not how I think, but that gets
subconsciously.
Thank you.
It seeps in. It really does.
And
it's
it makes you judgmental about it. But
right.
And it's just like that. And I'm not suggesting that people put their head in the sand and ignore what's happening in the world, because we are all a part of creating this world. All I'm saying is, what you want to see in this world, feed yourself more of that, and that's what you put out.
Yep. Because there will be times where the news will be on,
and I'm not
even paying attention to it. But then it's like, why all of a sudden do I feel paranoid? Why all of a sudden do I feel like anxious? Why do I feel scared? Why do I feel on edge? And it's because that stuff seeps in. And so when the news comes on, I will, sometimes I can like sit and be there. I'm not paying attention, But then in other times, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go into my office and I got some work to do. We are responsible for that. We are responsible for everything that we allow into our space, our energetic space, our physical space, our spiritual space.
You can't punt that.
No, you can't.
You can't. You can't punt the responsibility of how you feel about yourself and your life and what you are creating to someone else, because then you're giving up that power. You're giving up your innate right to create your life that we're all born with.
Yeah. And I will say that I think sometimes people do relinquish their power because it's just easier. It's easier to make someone else responsible.
Actual facts.
It's just easier. It's like, you know what? No,
facts.
That was their fault. It had nothing to do with me.
No. Good. That's so much easier because
it is.
I don't have to work. I don't have to think. I can just blame it on somebody. Another thing, like for real.
So can I say? Okay, so you guys know that we do journeys. So we just had a journey on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, she lied.
No, I'm not. You see, she's over there giggling. Am I giggling? No, she's giggling. She's telling on herself. This is when you pick up signs. She's telling on herself right now. So we had a journey, right? And I would say that the overall theme was releasing.
Yes.
So a lot of us were doing a lot of releasing. There have been times in previous journeys where sometimes I'm releasing things that don't necessarily belong to me. So this particular journey, this most recent
meaning she's acting as a bridge for other people.
Right. So this particular bridge, I'm like, okay, I have to keep peeing. What is this? Who is this? And Mia was like, that's not nobody but you. Stop that spiritual bypassing. That's your own shit. I said, you know what? You're right. I couldn't even say anything.
You guys. The spirit speaks the truth and journey.
I couldn't, sorry.
I was like, damn, I'm sorry.
But the thing is, look, I got my behind handed to me several times that night, so that was okay. But I was just like, and it wasn't because I wanted to like put the responsibility on someone else, but I honestly was confused. I was like, what is going on? But then I also realized that this was my own shit. When she said something, I was like, you know what? You are right. This is mine. This is no one else's but mine.
But honestly,
you have to take accountability.
I think there is a fear in taking accountability for your own thoughts and actions because we're judgmental.
Yeah.
The same way we judge people, we judge ourselves. Anything that you see wrong in another person is something that you see in yourself. That people who irritate your soul, your thoughts, your heart, all of that stuff, that is nothing but a reflection. Someone being a mirror in your life to show you some things that you need to heal in your life. So being responsible and taking being accountable for your thoughts.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's difficult because we don't want to judge ourselves and say, damn, I really did do some fucked up shit. I'm a bad person. We got to get past that with ourselves. We can't judge ourselves. Yes, we can hold ourselves accountable and atone for that. Whatever it is that helps you to move forward with it. But we can't judge ourselves and say, I'm a bad person because of a choice that I made. Mm-hmm. You got to think, people make decisions in their life and you might look back on them in a different place and like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. But that's who you were then. We continue to grow. We never stop expanding and growing if we allow ourselves the space to do that.
Yep.
So even in a healed space, I can say some of the things that I've done where I was so-called called myself healed. I'll look back now on and be like, in this space, I would have handled that differently.
Yeah.
Even if my intention was not to harm or hurt, I still would have handled it differently just because I'm in a different space. We have to allow ourselves to grow. Like, I love that I'm seeing such the new trend is, the people are saying, what's the audio track on IG? It says something, delete the old version of me that doesn't exist anymore. So it's so funny because we ask people to do this for us. Delete the old version of me. I'm new. But we haven't deleted that old version of ourselves. We haven't allowed ourselves to completely expand and forgive. And everybody knows, come on, y'all. We teach people how to treat us. We teach people how to see us by the way that we treat ourselves. So if we are continually treating ourselves as the old version of ourselves, but literally just keep saying that I'm not that person anymore. But we're treating ourselves like we're that person, and we're judging ourselves for being who we were, and we are hurting ourselves to be. That's what people do because we're showing them how to do that. You know.
Yeah.
You know how you say, Christy. Do you ever get caught in this conundrum? Yeah. Okay. So. Let's say I'm gonna make it personal so you can really think about this.
Ooh, don't be
telling
no.
I'm just
like,
saying,
don't be telling my business.
No, I'm not telling your business. Let's just say, Kai, your daughter, does something, and you feel whatever it is, whether you judge it good or bad, and you feel the way that you do, but something in you goes, wait, I should be feeling like this because it's my daughter. Instead of allowing yourself to feel what you feel. Do you ever get caught in the conundrum of, oh my God, I'm not supposed to feel like this or should feel like this? Like, she's shaking her head like, no. She's like, I don't do that. I used to do that a lot.
Did you?
Absolutely. I would say it was more of, it's funny to me now. I would feel like I was supposed to care about something. Like I'm supposed to be hurt or care about this, so I'm going to make myself. But what I really felt was I don't care. And I thought, you know what I mean? Because there are certain things that I cared a whole lot about.
Right.
But there are some certain things when I remember making a decision to care. Making a decision to allow it, I shouldn't say it's care, to allow it to affect me. Because I'm like, so let's just say you're in a relationship, your boyfriend, your husband does something, you're just like, I don't know, that's not really a thing to me. But then you start getting caught up in the programming. Well, you should be pissed, and you should. It's like, wait, I am.
Well, let me.
I guess
explain.
I am then.
So let me explain it. So I know the type of child I was, the type of teenager I was. My children are very far from, and so.
Hallelujah for the world. I mean, nothing. I didn't say nothing.
But when they get out the house, I'm like, okay, I really need you to get out the house and socialize. I'm forcing them to get out. So for me, I haven't had that situation because I feel like I was that child. Like I did some of everything. And my kids don't do that. When my daughter Kai, for instance, when she says, you know what, I think I want to get my nose pierced. Okay, let's do it.
Because she's not.
Right, like she's a good kid.
She is.
And I don't have to work. Like she has not put me through anything, and I just have a different level of understanding. So I haven't been put through feeling like, oh, I really should feel it. Now I have felt like that in relationships.
That's okay.
My second marriage.
So let's take it. Okay, perfect.
Let's
take Kai out of it.
My second marriage. I remember. He would come home. Oh, well, so and so gave me her number. She kind of came off at me. Okay.
You're like, but I'm supposed to get I want to throw pizza.
And I was just like, I really.
Telling me
right. I'm like, I really don't care. I was like, you know what? If she wants to keep you for a couple weeks, she's welcome to do so. She'll probably bring you back the very next day, but. I mean, I feel really bad. I've had that. I felt bad for thinking of that because I was like, "There's really nothing."
No, okay. So we're talking about the same thing. I was just okay. So that's something like that. I was just using a daughter as an example, but where it's like
I've been there.
The programming tells me that I'm supposed to care about something, but
I really don't.
This is
she can have you.
Like it's just certain things that I I think that there are certain ideologies that I just won't necessarily speak on publicly, just because I think there is this that I wouldn't, wouldn't normally speak on publicly just because I would be afraid of the reaction. So let's just say, I'll give you an example. Yeah. I don't have any judgment or thought about people who do open relationships. Now, when you don't judge it or think it's bad, people think that's because that's what you want. I'm not necessarily saying that. It's just that if that's what makes people happy,
why should I be concerned about it?
Why should I be? I don't care.
Like, I really don't.
I don't care if you, like real talk. I do not care if you want to be, if you decide that, if you were born a woman and you decide that you want to be a man, that's not my, I don't
get
it.
That's
not my business.
Right. I don't get it, but it's none of my,
but it's not my business to make a judgment or say whether you should or should not do that. I don't give a fuck.
It's so funny. Because I feel like
who has time?
Like and I feel like we both have gotten to this space where it's just like, why am I concerned about what someone else is doing outside of me?
And they're
like my focus right now is about me, and what you care about me, that's actually none of my business.
That's none of my business.
That's your business.
So so that's another reason I don't watch a lot of news anymore because of the political conversations. I feel like there is an agenda to make people care about so many things outside of themselves that they can't control, and that makes people feel powerless. I am so upset about somebody deciding that they want an abortion or they don't want an abortion. Like, we get so upset in these big topics that people are saying are important, and then now I'm getting distracted and I'm focusing on going off on people who think one way and saying something too. And meanwhile, here I am, post baby making years. What does this have to do with me?
And why do I care what you decide what you want to do with your body? It is not affecting me,
girl. So that's why I don't get into a lot of the political conversations, because I don't know how to explain that I truly believe that people should be allowed to explore the depths, the heights, the expansiveness of who they are, and who am I to stop that shit?
You're funny. You're good, because when people start talking politics, I'm like, I don't
care.
It's the same. It's just a different wing is on the same plane. But I don't care.
But I also understand that. I understand completely and fully that politics, a lot of people have made a part of the definition of who they are.
Oh, absolutely.
That is part of their I am. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not part of my I am, but then it goes back to, but baby, if that's a part of who you decide is part of your I am, that's on you. Who am I to tell you that you shouldn't do that? I don't care. But in the past, what would happen is I would allow myself to get into the conversations because I would feel bad that I didn't give a shit.
And get riled up about it. Right. Why am I getting emotional about some of this stuff?
You get later like, why was I even... I don't care.
It's like, I don't even care.
But anyway. So, when you allow other people to control your vibration or allow them the power to adjust and change how you feel, that's that victim mentality. We just going to keep it 100.
Been there. Done it.
That your eyes itching, Christy.
Girl, yes.
My eyes have been doing that for Girl, you should see me when I wake up in the morning. It is. I'm sorry, you guys.
We're over here.
I'm watching Christy, and I'm like, I don't think you understand.
And then it feels good.
So, wait.
It's like an orgasm.
Christy, I'm about to throw my... I was just about to say, because my mouth already started. I'm like, baby, when I get to itching that eye, I be like, oh. Girl, I was in my bed, y'all.
And when you
I
get
had
in
my
that
back
corner,
up against my headboard, and I was getting that eye real good.
When you get that corner,
my whole leg was straightened. Girl, my mouth was watering. I was like, I said, what the fuck? Why does that feel so good?
Oh, man. It's like...
Thank you for not making me Christy. I was like, girl, River looked at me just like, he was sitting there like, really? I was like, oh. Girl, I was like, wiping my mouth like,
whoops.
Oh my God. Woo! I did not know. I don't know what that is. But
yes, it feels good.
Oh, that dry eye. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Back to that.
So we talked about this
victim
earlier.
mentality.
Yeah, the victim mentality. You can't be a victim. You're the one that's responsible.
You victimizing yourself?
Right.
That's it.
There you go. Or you tend to get upset or angry very easily. Like someone made you mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you allowed them. You gave them.
You
actually handed over the baton of power and said, "Go ahead, you take control."
Notarized and everything.
Right.
Here you go. And then the best part about it is then once you hand it over, and then you proceed to allow to get angry. Like what? That's their shit.
Mm-hmm. You gave it to them.
You know how people will say, this is another example of how you may be giving up the power and allowing other things outside of you to set the tone for your vibration. Is when you feel like it's always one thing after another. You just can't catch a break.
And guess what? When you have that type of thinking, you are absolutely going to manifest that type of environment.
The universe believes you. You're right.
It's like, you're right.
Okay.
Bam! Yeah. Or life sucks and then you die. That's one of those loops that kind of run in your head, those mantras that come in and out of your head.
I mean, life is just fucked up. I mean, is this what okay.
Bam! You're right.
We believe you. That's your shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to allow someone saying that to me, adjust and change. Like, dang, if I have a bad moment and someone says, man, life sucks. And you're like, dang, it does. No, it doesn't. My shit is actually lit.
It's good over here.
I'm like, it's actually lit. I'm okay.
LIT.
And I think another thing, the most important thing to recognize when you have empowered someone else to control your vibration is if you are ignoring your own feelings. And I don't even want to say trying to bypass because Chris, you're trying to put me on blast. But when
I'm going to put you on blast.
You're trying to put me on blast.
She was the one that put me on blast.
I was not. Nobody heard it but you. I'm
sure everybody in the room heard you.
I doubt it. We have recording.
I'm sure everybody heard.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh my God. But seriously, when you're trying to bypass what you are feeling, when you ignore yourself, and I say this, and I know it's a little dramatic, this is one of the ways that you are committing treason against yourself.
But that's true.
How dare you ignore yourself?
But that's true.
How dare you ignore your own feelings?
So I feel like I've confessed this before because I am known for one of those people of like, I don't have time for that. I got too much shit to do. I don't have time for these feelings. You don't have to wait until later. Or it's just like, no, I don't feel that, and I'll just keep going, and then it'll fester, and then all of a sudden it just explodes. Don't do that. And I've gotten to a point now where I'm like, okay, let me pause. Christy, why are you feeling this? What is this feeling?
Yes,
What's going on here? Why is that bothering you? What needs to happen? Now I'm starting to realize like, oh, this is a problem. This is an issue. This is an area that you haven't dealt with. This is a sore spot. Let's pay attention. Let's deal with that. Let's actually face it. Let's stop running away from those feelings. That's something that I've been doing. It's uncomfortable as fuck. I'm going to just be real. But it's important to really be accountable and take stock over how you're feeling. Those feelings come for a reason. You are feeling those emotions for a reason.
Facts.
Stop trying to bypass.
So when you are controlling, being aware of, and being responsible for your own vibration, your own energy, the beautiful thing is, remember we talk about when you want to show somebody how to treat you, how to handle you, how to speak to you, it's what you emit from you. You start attracting like-minded people. You start attracting your tribe. You start attracting things in your life that mirror who you truly are because you are allowing yourself to be that.
Right. That is true. And honestly, like life just begins to flow once you become more responsible for your vibration. Because then it's like, okay, I'm responsible for this shit. So if I'm responsible for this shit, what I allow in and what I allow, like what comes out is going to manifest my external.
Yep.
So life just changed, and it once you see it and it starts to flow, it just becomes easier. It won't be perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect, but it becomes easier.
Yes.
Because you just have a different perspective and you have a different way and you have different tools that you have access to remind you that you are responsible and accountable for your own shit. It becomes so much different. So much different.
I think when you are holding yourself accountable for yourself and how you show up in the world, when something that we would label as bad happens or negative, we've talked about this before. We allow ourselves to see it from all angles, and we start to ask the question, what is this trying to show me? Instead of look at this terrible thing that's happened to me. Now, look, I'm not about to sit up here and shoot shit up y'all ass and like, oh my God, it's so easy. Just be like, why is this happening to me? This is a process. This is a journey. But this is about mastery of self, because understanding, and this is where shit changes. When you just try this. When you start seeing what happens in your world, in the universe, it's happening for you instead of to you.
Yeah,
you move from a paranoid mindset to a pronoid mindset, when you know that no matter what is happening is for my highest good. Child, that allows you to become detached from what happens. You're detached to nothing but connected to everything. That allows you to, it's like, yes, I want this relationship with this person. It's not going, why isn't this working this way? Now that allows you to start looking like, it must not be going this way for a reason, because everything that happens in my life is for me, for my highest good.
Exactly.
Because I walk through life knowing like, it's all good and it's all for me. Instead of thinking, oh my God, all these bad things are happening to me. Tell you, that allows you to be detached from shit. It's like, if it happens, it happens. That means it's for me. I put the energy out there, and what I get back, whatever I get back, because I was true in it. Baby, that part.
And
it's all good.
Right. And think about the type of energy that comes with that. So when you're paranoid, it's like, oh my gosh, like what's going to happen to me? I'm afraid what's going to happen.
You're thinking about it.
But when you are coming from a space of pronoia, it's like, oh, I already know that this is going to happen. This is what my expectation is. Like there's an expectation
that everything happens from my highest self, for my highest good.
Yes.
For what?
Always.
Wait.
But I will say something that's been extremely helpful for me. I'd say like in the last year or so is asking myself, what can I learn from this? That's been huge. Like even the hard,
in the middle of it too.
Right. Even in the tough moments,
in the thick of it,
it's like, okay,
girl,
what can I learn from this? Into the thick of it.
Yes,
into the thick of
that part. For real, Christy. I felt that I expanded when I caught myself in the middle, in the thick of it, and I catch myself being like, all right, hold on. What are we trying to show ourselves? And I'm telling you, when I say that makes me go, I just start observing. Like, okay, what am I? Because I truly do believe that I'm connected to the oneness. So if I'm connected to the oneness, anybody that is around me, near me, go ahead, finish that. Who is around me or near me, that is there for a reason. They're a reflection of me, just like I'm a reflection of them for whatever they need in their life. So when I allow myself to be in the thick of it, and just like, wait a minute, hold on, what are you trying to show you? That's when I knew. I said, okay, you starting to enjoy this a little bit.
Because I will say that those tend to be the best lessons. I was watching something. when you are like in the trenches, those tend to be the best lessons because when you come out of it, it's always something so good.
Also known as 2022 for me.
Oh yeah, Mia was
in the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Yeah, 2022 was rough for you.
It was.
It was rough for you.
And I mean, that's where I really had to practice my discipline and my awareness. I mean, because if I allowed myself to really just go there, y'all, if I would have allowed these situations, baby, whoo, yeah,
yeah, not good,
not good. So I was just like, man, I'm really like, I literally can remember like, this is terrible. I do not like this. This hurts, and I can remember myself going, all right, so what we doing? What we trying to show ourselves? And I'm like, are you like, are you for real grown?
Do you
like
not see this?
Right.
But I see what you're saying, so I guess I'll sit back and figure out why this is here.
And the last thing, you guys, is this is a hard one sometimes, y'all. One way to start doing this is to start holding yourself accountable for what is currently in your life.
Yeah.
Hold yourself accountable, especially adults here, for what you have created and attracted to your life. Now, this is where people get ticked the F off because they're like,
no,
I didn't do this.
I didn't attract that type of relationship. Why would I attract someone who's going to treat me like shit? Well, you mean to tell me you didn't see the red flags and you ignored it because you thought that your love was going to cure him?
Oh,
like seriously,
do like that? Oh, did you say it like that? Well, you don't have to call me out like that.
Well, shit. I did the same thing.
She said that.
Love will change it. No, I have to be accountable. I saw the red flags. I chose to stay. I chose to turn the other way.
That's right. And now I'm sitting in this pile of shit and trying to understand.
Upset.
How am I? This is
upset
terrible.
at him.
Upset at him
when he was doing what he was supposed to be doing.
Shit and you shoveling in your house. That's your fault. But look, that once you start asking yourself those type of questions, that's when it gets good. Y'all, I promise you, that's the juicy part. But it takes a minute for you to.
It does. They're like,
it is. There is no way. I didn't ask for.
And then you're like, okay, well.
Whew.
It's like, okay, well, this is what you're right. Like when Mia said what she said. I was just like, you know what, you're right. I mean, you get to a point where it's like, what is the purpose, or what's the point of me even trying to argue or deflect or, no, yeah, you're right.
I came here to expand and grow and change. What I'm doing this for if I'm going to be the same person when I leave this.
Because that's like pride and that's ego. Yes. It's just like, oh, no, I didn't do that. No, yes, you did. Actually, yeah, you did. So,
and then so I'll say this to you guys too, because this happens. We're gonna keep it funky. You know how when you're in a relationship, for real. You know how when you're in a relationship with somebody, and you're having some difficult times, and you have a person who's always deflecting on everything is your fault. Yeah. Let me tell you something.
I've been there.
Do not allow yourself, I don't care how strong they are in their speech, how eloquent they are, how many proof points they have. Anybody that is sitting up here trying to tell you that the relationship is all, whatever failure it happened is all because of you, you need to know flat out. You need to say anything. That's because they're not dealing with their shit. Nothing is nobody. You know what I mean? It's one person's fault. We're in an agreement here. This is an energy flow. And people who always try to say, well, I did that because you did this. And so what happens is we'll be in a relationship and we start trying to fix what we believe we did wrong. Like, oh my goodness, if I did that to hurt you, then I need to do this to not hurt you. Or I need to do this to fix this. And this whole time, we're not realizing what we're doing is we are still ignoring ourselves. And because they have convinced us that what we did caused the relationship, they're sitting over there, they're not pouring into us, and we're pouring into trying to fix them. And the whole time, guess who we forgot?
Us.
Ain't that about a man?
And isn't that crazy how it's almost like we've been conditioned to be that way?
Yes.
And honestly, like I feel like the whole
It's like, if I wronged you, I need to fix it. But what happens when you wronged yourself?
Everything is
when you
created.
Keep going, and when you chose to keep moving forward, and they kept doing what they did, and then somehow they always blamed it on you. You guys, that's how. Don't allow other
That should
people,
be a red flag right there.
That's a huge red flag. It's always your fault. Always.
It's
you ain't. But you know what? It doesn't even matter, because to me, people are like, all you doing is leaking. I may not say anything. I may not be like, I'm like, but dude, all you doing is showing me who you are. All you're doing is showing people who you are and where you are in your healing journey. Now, I can choose to judge that. I can say, hey, that's just where you are. But I don't give a fuck what you say, because I know who I am. And you're not about to make me start believing something that I'm not, because that's where you are. Baby, that right there, that space. And when you, let me tell you when you in Empress mode, to my women, to my ladies, when you in Empress mode, you don't even feel the need to say shit. I don't have to argue with you. Like, no, that's not. Like, oh, okay. Because it doesn't matter, because I'm so strong in who the hell I am and who I'm creating Mia to be in this life. You can't tell me something. Like, okay.
And I'm laughing because I've been in that situation where it's like, all right. And the person gets even more riled up because they are so upset. Like, you won't,
come on, give me my,
right.
I want to, yeah, I said it. And you're like,
okay.
All right, well, anyway. I have another glass.
Is this? You got somewhere? I got somewhere to be at.
Right, that's like, it's not even. So, I can say that I feel a lot of growth in those moments when I actually, and it's not. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not when I'm going back and forth, vacillating. Should I say something? It's not those moments. It's the moments when I'm like, what you have when you're like, oh my God.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, oh my God.
It's like, I feel like I should. In the past, I did.
Right. But like, today, I don't. Oh, shit. What is this?
Like, I don't have it.
I don't have it. It's like, wait, you know how you gotta sit there for a minute? Like,
I know, it's like, nothing.
Where is it? Hello? Nothing.
Where are my fucks?
Shit.
I think they ran out.
Damn. I actually really don't care about what you say I am, because I know who I am. Damn! Ooh, that's juicy. Woo.
Now find you some business. Get out the way.
Woo, all right. How long we been talking, Chrissy?
Oh, it's about 48 minutes now.
Okay, we did good. So we're gonna shut it down now, you guys.
Shut it down. What's your takeaway?
I wonder how many times I have. I'll say this. My takeaway, you guys, is don't punk out on yourself. Do not punk out on yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to give you your spanking, to discipline you. This is your responsibility. Okay? What's your takeaway, Kristen?
My booty's still sore. After my spanking. But I mean, I will say this as it relates to the spanking that I got, is that do not forget that you are the one that holds the power.
Yes.
You have the power. Nobody else.
For you.
For you.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. You know what? We will see you guys next week.
Yes, we will.
And we're going to have some fun. Enjoy your week. See you guys your weekend. And follow us on IG at 2 Queens Crystal Things. We do some polls. We have some fun. We post some crystals. We have a good time. Follow Christy at Christy with an IE. Edwards on IG.
Yes, and follow Mia at Wings Unleashed 444. And you know what? I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'll post it on this weekend. But the crystal for this episode is gonna be blue kyanite.
Ooh, look! I got a big one right there. You see that one?
Yep. Yeah. High vibration.
Yes, that's why it feels good.
Yeah. It's like, blue Entire night is bomb. So
that's a good one. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, you guys, you know how this is. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
Share with your friends. Light, peace,
love, and soul.
Good night.